Hello everyone, this is Cliff bringing you another video for Starcraft 2. Today we're going to be watching a 2v2 between myself and my friend Zohan as the Zerg and Terran versus a 2 Zerg team, Armazilla and Anubis, or Newbies, I guess is how he wants it. Oh, I just forgot what the name of the map was. I'll have to get better at that. I apologize. Anyways, it's as you can see a very long distance 2v2 map. Down in the bottom portion of it, myself, Cliff and Zohan spawning. And at the top is Armazilla and Anubis. Now at this point you'll notice in the production tab, very early on both players have stopped producing. You know what this means. That's right, dual 7 pools. And actually, Mozilla here a little late getting his, and there it just went up. So both players going for this 7 pool attack strategy, and we know it's coming, as this is pretty expected at our level of play in 2v2. So Zohan goes ahead and gets his spawning pool down as well, and I begin the wall off. However, this wall off could have gone a little better, but you guys will see in a moment. Anyways, Overlord's going up, Extractor for Zohan. Just continuing, as you can see at this point, 6 and 7 Harvesters apiece for Anubis and Armazilla, and I'm just going to call him Anub from this point out. So Anub and Armazilla going for their 7 pool trick, and apparently they win quite a few games like this, or they wouldn't do it. So 6 Zergling each on the way for Armazilla and Anub. Let's just get some rally points. Yep, there it is, all the way to our friend's hatchery here. Zohan continuing to build as well, getting his Overlord and a spawning pool up. And the Zerglings are done. For red, blues are slightly behind, as I don't know what he messed up, but he should have had one a lot sooner than that. 6 Zerglings also coming for Zohan, however he has a considerable amount more drones and a queen on the way as well. Tech Lab going down, trying to finish this wall off desperately. It's a little too late. Zerglings are already in our base, and a Spine Crawler going up for Zohan, cancels it smartly, sends the Zerglings into attack. And they're actually going to do fairly well against the first wave from Anub. However, Armazilla, Anub coming in to reinforce. Most of Zohan's Zerglings doing well. I bring some workers over to help Zohan's workers, as this is just chaos at this point. More Zerglings tripling across the mini-map. They're going to be coming in here, attacking the Tech Lab. Marine on the way for myself. This barracks is almost done. Desperately need to finish this wall off before more Zerglings come in, as we're holding this fairly well now, as a Queen is on site, as well as several more Zerglings for Zohan. And more Zerglings running in. They're going to continue to press the Zerg player very hard. Zohan fighting for his life. This Queen is down to 26 hit points. This barracks is being attacked. And I bring over an SCV to try and get the bunker off, and we do. So the wall off is complete. Now if we can hold these Zerglings in our base, which it looks like it's going pretty well, Zohan able to clean this up with the help of my Marine. And the wall is finally established. We have the chance that we need to win this game. Armazilla really realizing they're not going to get too much more out of this all-in Zergling 7 pool attack. So it looks like after these couple waves of Zerglings left, perhaps they will be going for a macro. Yes, both players have been building drones at this point. And this bunker is going to be extremely effective. There's no way these guys are getting in here. So, pretty good 7 pool from each player. However, it just wasn't quite enough. Good call with the early Zerglings by Zohan. He did lose a lot of his workers, however, he was able to really hold that off well with his own Zerglings. Anub going to lose an Overlord here, as he's mistakenly sent his Overlord a rally point, and yes, he is supply blocked right now. That's going to hurt him quite a bit here for the next couple moments, as he needs an Overlord. Concussive shells, and oh, the Zerglings are coming for the back door. However, the supply depot here, and should be able to see this myself. Let's see what kind of response we're going to get from this. There's 4 Marines in here, 2 more out here. Front door going up. I believe concussive shells is on the way, if that is correct. And no response yet. The rocks are down to, debris halfway now. And here comes some Marines to try and fend this off, and this should not be a problem. These Marines should be able to do a decent amount of damage. Up, kinda out of range here. Need to attack move. There we go. And able to fit 2 or 3 Marines in here to pick off some of these Zerglings, and they're going to have to back out. So, threat averted for the meantime. However, a couple more Zerglings coming in for Armazilla, still trying to make this attack work. However, at this point, both the front door and the back door looking fairly strong. And a factory going up for myself and Zohan, just now getting back into a recovery stage. As I said, he lost a lot of workers early on defending against that dual 7 pool, but did an excellent job of it. 20 harvesters up for a noob, and looking at the income tab here, we did take some significant economic damage. Look at those SCVs, half of them are hurt. It's going to hurt us a little bit in this mid-game portion right here, especially the 11 harvesters by Zohan. However, the nice thing about the Zerg macro ability is it can bounce back quite quickly. There we go, he just jumped up 3 drones. When these larvae fall, he should have some more. I believe I do transfer some funding to him myself as well, so still have these overlords rallied all the way across the map, and that's and something you really want to be careful about, especially with a Terran player this early in the game on the map, as these Marines have no problem running them down and killing them. So, continuing with the game here, let's look at the production tab. Siege Tech on the way, Stim Pack is done, Combat Shield, second Command Center going up, Orbital Command going up for myself, and Scan goes down. We need to see what kind of tech the players are going for here, and I do spot that Roach Warren. So, Armazilla is going for a Roach Warren, and Zohan counters in likeness with his own. Spine Crawler and some gas, just going up for a noob, not really teching too much, but he does have his layer up already, so I'm going to see what he decides to choose. And where is this drone going? Let's see here. Quite a sizable Zergling force here for Armazilla, just hanging back and defending at this point. That's going to be an expansion drone right there. And in the meantime, Starport now also going up for myself, so it's kind of a modified Starport factory barracks build. And these overlords with the speed upgrade are cruising now across the map. Rally point still probably, oh no, that wasn't intentional sending out of overlords, probably to monitor for expansions. So meanwhile, Armazilla, or correction, a noob is on just about 2 bases, getting it going here, and each of the other 3 players are on 1 base. So taking a moment to begin to macro here. These overlords are indeed spreading creep. And back over here we have a couple more siege tanks cranking out, marauders getting pretty heavy. It's going to be a good counter against this Roach army, which he is indeed building. However, there were a lot of Zerglings. Oh, there they are. With the speed upgrade in tow, they are now going to be quite annoying on such a big map like this. Zerglings going out for Zohan as well, with no speed upgrade, as he is trying to secure an expansion of his own. And the newbies now having quite a few drones. Let's look at the count again. Yes, he is 28, so he is just about maximized on what he's going to get from harvesting this single base, which is, I suppose, why he's second base up. Should see a worker transfer very soon if he's smart. And one thing, wow, look at Red. He was swimming in minerals for a moment. What is he producing now? 5 Mutalisks. This is going to be some trouble. Not a ton of anti-airs. I went extremely marauder heavy here, feeling that the scan went down, saw the Roach Warren, and thought that would be the better option. A pretty good tech choice for each of the Zerg opponents here. One going Roaches and one going Mutalisks. Not a bad mid-game transition. Zohan looking like he's fairly well established. Gonna get that second hatchery up pretty soon, and a Festation pit going down as well. And here's a sensor tower just to kind of monitor any incoming attacks, and I do want to comment on the placement of the sensor tower, covering both front and back doors. with a reasonable time for spotting things on each. Now, continuing onwards, we have a couple medvacs out, and let's see what these mutas are doing. 2 more mutas on the way for red. There they are. This is going to be some trouble. We'll see what they end up doing. Also, an expansion going down for myself. An interesting map, actually, is these narrow chokes for the expansions are out here. However, oh, we got some action. Zerglings going in, attempting to do some economic damage. Let's take a look at the harvester count for red. Looks like they're going to die fairly quickly, and he may have lost 2 or 3, but that was more of a scouting run than anything, if I may say so. However, Hydralisk then going down now, as we did get a good look at their tech. Spire for him as well. And Armadillo's just now getting a second expansion up. Worker transfer would be a fairly good idea at this point, as they are extremely bunched together and could send some over to his new expansion. Zohan getting his expansion running as well. No worker transfer yet either. Here comes quite a reasonable ground army. However, there's no answer for Mutalisks except for these 4 Marines in this bunker. We do know the mutas are coming. Couple missile turrets going down, and these destructible debris will be taken out by the mutas. It's now got 10 Mutalisks and 37 harvesters. A noob in a very comfortable position at this point in the game. Looks like he's going to go for the gold expansion. All the expansions except for our own gold expansion are being monitored by the Zerg. Very good map control from both players, as they are a well-practiced team. And a transition fairly strongly from dual 7 pool build, which can, if it fails, which it's debatable whether it completely failed or not. I would say it didn't, because it did do some economic damage. But they've